Yes, Councilwoman Cabello Havrda.
Thank you, Chair. I want to first thank both CPS and SAWS as well as our city's emergency management team for effective communication. Y'all know that's been one of my rallying cries for, since Uri, is not really feeling like I was getting communication from utilities and able to give that out, of course, to my constituents. But I did appreciate from hearing constituents about the Facebook Lives, press conferences, media coverage. I think it was slide 15. You had that grid of the press event, or what is it called? The media briefing. I happened upon that. My family was watching it, and I came in the room, and I was like, "That's amazing! That's communication." Now we happened to have power at that time. Not everybody did, but I think you are covering the bases. I think we've moved a lot forward. I know as far as communication, I do appreciate it. I did get some calls from constituents. I think it was sort of a test run. I'm grateful that the 2 days of significant cold in our city wasn't, another Uri, but it was a good test run, and I think I saw how far along we've all come since, and learning lessons and applying those lessons since the storm. Some of the calls I got from constituents were not so much, they understood why they were out of power, and actually today I even learned about the ice in the trees. I didn't realize that was such a big source of the power being out, but kind of the length of time. People were getting anxious. I think we're all a little traumatized. If it's out for an hour, we start to get worried that it's going to be out for a few days. And so when there's kind of an extended amount of time, how are you getting out to residents? Is that robocalls or?
I'm going to phone a friend too with
Okay.
Deanna.
Alrighty,
and
thank
Richard
you.
will tag team that one.
And then also, how often are they given updates when it's an extended amount of time?
So we're still working on refining that process, but for our critical care customers, anybody that's registered on that critical care, we will call them if their outage is 4 hours or longer, and any updates that we get. So at that point, that's when we'll let them know how many crews we have on site and what we do know at that time if we aren't able to identify when the restoration time or when their power is going to come back on. And for all other customers, it's usually around the 8-hour mark that we're reaching out to those customers. For this event, for example, I believe we reached out to those customers 3 times. So once was whenever we hit that 8-hour mark. The second time was to give them an update that we were still working through. And the third time was to let customers know that we anticipated that we potentially would be out through the evening, that they should enact their family plan and make sure that if they needed some transportation to a different center to let us know, or to location to let us know. But we're continuing to refine that. We work very closely with the Richards team and make sure that as we get that information, to update that.
Great. Well, I think we have made great strides, but I'm glad to hear you say we still have a ways to go. I think there is, we can always improve, and so I appreciate the effort, though, and I see it. I see you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.